Welcome. In the next few minutes, we are going to talk about how you can finally put your marketing on autopilot. We're going to shift it from being just another cost center into a true engine for growth. Let's get right into it.
But first, let's talk about a feeling I think we all know. It's that sinking feeling in your stomach when you realize your big marketing plan just isn't working. You've poured time, money, and so much effort into it, and the results, they're just not there. Sound familiar?
Well, if it does, you are definitely not alone. A study from Accenture found that a staggering 54% of chief marketing officers, yeah, more than half, can't actually prove the return on investment of their marketing. That's a huge problem, and it's a massive sign that the old way of doing things is completely broken. So, what's the core issue? It's the old marketing playbook, you know the one. It's built on a bunch of assumptions, not hard evidence. It gets obsessed with channels, like social media or email, before even thinking about the actual customers. And it's treated like this static, unchangeable document that just gathers dust on a shelf. So in this explainer, we're going to hand you a brand new blueprint. First, we'll really diagnose the problem with traditional marketing. Then we'll introduce a new data-driven solution. We'll show you the exact tools you'll need. And finally, we'll get into how to execute with agility so you can see real measurable growth. All right, let's start with the problem itself. The traditional playbook is fundamentally broken. It's reactive, it's totally based on guesswork, and it's just way too inflexible for the world we live in today. So what's the answer? Well, it's not about just working harder or throwing more money at the problem. It's about working smarter. It's about embracing a data-driven approach that creates a clear path to predictable, repeatable results. This really requires a big shift in your mindset. You have to stop being a marketing archaeologist, always digging through last quarter's data to figure out what went wrong. Instead, you need to become a marketing architect, actively using data to design and build the future of your business. And here it is. This is the 2026 Marketing Strategy Framework. It's a 4-phase process designed to completely transform your marketing. First, you build a solid foundation, making sure marketing is directly aligned with your core business goals. Then, you move into discovery, where you uncover those deep, crucial insights about your customers and the market. Next up is strategy, where you architect a plan that's built around delivering real value. And finally, implementation, where you execute with agility and a commitment to always be learning. This is your new roadmap to success. Okay, now that we have the framework, let's talk about the tools you're going to need to bring it to life. This is really where we make the leap from subjective guesswork to objective, data-driven decisions. Customer journey mapping is an absolutely essential tool here. And look, this is not about your sales funnel. It's about their entire experience, from their perspective. Think about buying a new phone. The journey isn't just see an ad, go to the store, buy. No way. It's reading reviews, watching comparison videos on YouTube, asking friends on social media. By mapping out all those little touch points, you can pinpoint the exact moments where you can make a real difference. And the impact of doing this? It's huge. According to Adobe, companies that really master customer journey mapping see customer engagement rates that are 3 times higher than their competitors. 3 times! That is a massive competitive advantage right there. This slide really shows the difference between the old way and the new way of forecasting. The old way, brainstorming meetings, relying on assumptions, expert opinions, and gut feelings. The new way is all about predictive analytics, using historical data and statistical methods like regression analysis to forecast what customers are actually likely to do next. It is literally the difference between guessing and knowing. And this really is a game changer. Predictive analytics transforms marketing from this reactive department that's always playing catch-up into a proactive, strategic engine that helps your entire business see what's coming around the corner. Okay, we've got the framework, we've got the tools. Now let's talk about maybe the most important part, execution. This is how you actually turn that great strategy into action and start seeing that measurable growth we've been talking about. First things first, ditch that rigid year-long marketing plan. Just get rid of it. Instead, we're going to break the strategy down into short, focused sprints, usually about 30 to 60 days long. Each and every sprint has a very specific goal and a hypothesis that you can actually test. This is what allows you to be nimble, focused, and constantly learning. And the engine that powers these sprints is the build, measure, learn loop. It's simple, but so powerful. First, you build a small, minimum viable campaign to test your idea. Then,
You measure its performance with real data. And finally, you learn from that data to decide if you should pivot to a new idea or persevere with what's working. It's a relentless cycle of improvement.
Of course, to improve, you've got to measure what actually matters. A really balanced approach uses a mix of metrics. You need leading indicators to help predict future success, logging indicators to validate your actual business impact, and optimization metrics to guide that continuous improvement cycle. So, what's the real difference between a marketing plan that collects dust on a shelf and one that actually drives growth? It's not about having better ideas. It's about having a system for turning your strategy into consistent action. At the end of the day, this isn't about doing more marketing. It's about doing the marketing that works. By following this kind of framework, you can build a system that learns, improves, and gives you a truly powerful competitive advantage. So I'll leave you with this one simple question to think about. Is your marketing built on a foundation of assumptions, or is it built on a foundation of evidence? Because honestly, the answer to that question will determine your future growth.